I actually was never interested in jewelry before this all happened.
Innovation means necessary.
Cool. Is recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hi, I'm Hali MacLaren, and this is Innovate TV.
perfect.
Hali Mac is me. I guess I am a jewelry artist, an artist in general. I'm a photographer, I'm a painter, I'm a friend. I love people. While I was at school, I focused a lot on my love for the ocean, so all of my work was based on stuff like that. And before I got into jewelry, I was in photography, so I would always try to bring out my creativity with photo, and I just couldn't get there because all of what I was doing was documenting, and that just wasn't enough for me. I was documenting all these places I've been, all these things I saw, and it was awesome, and I think in the end that really helped fuel what I make as a jeweler now, because I can go back and look at these pictures of the beach and take from that experience that I have by memory. My name actually means the sea. My parents named me that because of their love for the sea, and I think that's just one of the main things that's really carried down into my whole character. My inspiration comes from a lot of my memories growing up, and it always revolved around the ocean. My family was like a big fishing family, and we were always out like on a boat somewhere trying to catch fish, or snorkeling reefs, and just seeing all the tropical fish and all the life that happens in a place where we can't survive was just amazing to me. So my inspiration comes from things like that, things that we need to focus more on trying to preserve. I had switched my major 3 times, and by the second time it was into something that I had no idea was going to lead me into jewelry, but it was a requirement to take a jewelry class, and I was like, alright, whatever, I'll take it. It's like, it fits in my schedule, I'll take this thing and see what it's all about. It sounds cool, and I just fell in love with it. My teacher, Sharon, she was my first jewelry teacher ever, she really encouraged me to go after what I love, and I was like, okay, well, what do I love? I love the sea. It's just been with me forever. I'm gonna make stuff about the sea. One of my favorite projects I made was called the conch eyeball, and it was just a vessel sort of thing. It was meant to sit on a table. It wasn't jewelry per se, but it was still metal smithing. And what was interesting about that was the whole assignment was based on glass. So I had one little piece of this entire piece that was glass, and the rest was all metal, and I just ran with it. I took a little piece of glass, painted the back of it, and then set it in silver to look like the conch eyeball was coming out of the shell. And then I had this forged silver piece that went into the shell that was made out of copper, and it was all etched, so it had like little designs on it, and that was put into a show called Art Unleashed at my school. I think a lot of the piece comes from the actual process that I end up choosing. I just get lost in one process if it's really repetitive, or if it's like filing something. It takes forever. And if you look at it one way where you're like, oh my god, I just gotta get this finished, it's like the worst thing ever. But if you're just trying to get the thing made well, and you can block out any other thing, that's where I find my peace. I'm just working, and I'm doing the one same motion over and over again. I'm just trying to make that completely smooth, make something hit the light the right way. I don't know. The best part about it is at the very end when the piece is finished, even if I think that there's still more that can be done, it's the most amazing feeling in the world, because you're like, I just created this amazing piece of work that I I don't think I would have been able to do 6 months ago. I think right now I want to just keep making things because I haven't really had a full-on idea that I want to stick with for the rest of my life. I just want to keep making different things all the time. I want to keep evolving. I don't want to get bored of the same things. That happens really easily with me. Is I just get tired of it. I want to see how far I can go. I want to see how many ideas I can make and manifest. And I'm working on building a studio now. And it's a lot of energy and it's a lot of money and it's a lot of like negative things that I have to just keep pushing through. I think I want my work to be sold in boutiques down at like beach towns and things like that. I want my craft to be seen and respected. I want my works to be like one of a kind. I would love to just do commissions my whole life. Like people telling me like, hey, I have this really cool idea. I want to work with other people like that and try and make their dreams a reality. If they say like, oh, I had this vision, like can you do this? And then I'll be able to do that. And show in galleries and sell my stuff in boutiques. That would be incredible. I don't want to just make things cheaply and sell it like production-wise. I do want to do that because I think it would help pay the bills a little bit, but I don't want to lose my creative, like, hard-working drive. I want to keep doing all different things, like I said before. So if I did do a little bit of production and then I did all these longer pieces on the side, it would just benefit me because I wouldn't get bored. While I was in school, I was told that no matter what I end up doing for a time, it'll benefit me in the long run. So whether it's something I loved doing or whether it's something that I really can't stand, it's going to come back around eventually and it's going to benefit me. When things get really hard, I just try and think about, okay, well, it's going to get better. There's going to be an end to it. I'll just keep moving and keep making stuff. Even if I can't like solve a problem that I'm in, I will keep my hands moving, I'll keep my brain moving, I'll focus on a different aspect of the project, or I'll make something completely different that I just need to get out of my system before I can move on. If there's ever a passion that you have that you also have a lot of doubts about, don't hesitate to just do it. No matter what, no matter how crazy it sounds, no matter like what the odds are that it'll work out, like you can never know until you try. If it doesn't work, it'll benefit you somehow in the future, no matter what anyways. Just don't buy into the negativity that it surrounds you when people are telling you like, oh, that'll never happen, that'll never work, because how do they know? You don't even know. Like, you have to try. You're never gonna know your future, first of all. Like I had no idea what was gonna happen to me my 4 years of college, and I think you really do just need to take risks a lot of the time. Always. You're always going to be taking risks for the rest of your life. Like, that's the only way that you're going to find things out about yourself, about the world, about how you work in the world. I don't know. Alright, I definitely want to spend some time living in the Keys for a little bit, and I think ideally, like, this is like a dream of mine, and I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I want to own a restaurant. But the restaurant, the beginning of it will be like a gallery. When you go in, it'll have like all different types of artwork, from like sculpture to jewelry, painting, printmaking, like everything. Anything that local artists, or even, I don't want to exclude anybody too, so anyone who comes by and sees the place and is like, hey, I think this would look really good in your gallery, I'll give them a time and a place and some space to do that, and then you can come back into the back kitchen area, and then I will feed you delicious breakfast and lunch, and it'll be right on the water. So to be successful, I think you definitely have to take those risks. You can't give up. You gotta just push through all the negative things and the negative thoughts that you have, and you gotta keep trying. You gotta keep moving. You gotta keep doing something. You can't just sit there. You can't back down. You can't be afraid. I mean, you can be a little bit afraid, but you can't let it stop you. You have to be persistent. You can't give up. You gotta go against the grain. And you have to believe in yourself. To me, innovate means to change. Yeah. Because I think, especially in my work, I think you have an idea and you have to make that happen. You can't just have the idea and that's innovative. The idea becomes innovative when you actually do the action and you make that thing happen.
Your piece.
My piece. So. So cute. I'm sorry. And
That's cool.
I'm Hali MacLaren, and this is Innovate TV.
Boom.